Welcome to the most extensive vocabulary course. I'm Ashwini Chaudhary, your trainer, and today we have our session 3 in vocabulary series. Today's theme is travel. How many of you are really interested in knowing words that are related to travel? Because I'm sure we all love traveling. Some of us travel for fun, some of us are actually travel bloggers, and you will definitely need some interesting word to make your blog a better one. Or even if you're not a blogger and you want to impress your partner or your friends around with some extraordinary words, then you definitely should go through this video right away. The first word in our series would be explore. So you say when you travel to unknown places to learn, you actually explore. So just don't say I'm going to this place to learn something. Say I'm exploring that place. So we should explore India for its culture. So I'm not just visiting India, I want to know things that I don't know, and hence I'm exploring it. Which takes us to our next word, adventure. Have you been to Mount Everest, or have you been in a car racing which was really adventurous and risk-taking? That means you have an exciting experience. I can say living life, don't mind this, living life to the full or to the fullest is the greatest adventure. So it is an exciting experience if you live your life to the fullest without crying or without making excuses that you want to live it. Next comes destination. If you started your journey, you want to end at some place, right? At that place is called your destination. Destination means place where someone is going, or place where someone is going to end his journey. So if you started from here, you want to end at this place, or if you started from here, you want to end this place. So this way has a destination. I can say more than the journey, destination excites me. I'm sure that when we go somewhere, we feel more excitement in us when we know where we are going rather than on a random trip. And hence, destination is really important to make your journey full. Next is travel light. Are you living in a place which is far away from your native and you want to visit that place again and again? You don't want to carry much luggage, or you want to take a lot of responsibilities of baggage, and hence you want to travel light. You want to carry less luggage. I travel light every time to my home. So that means I just carry my backpack and that's all. I don't need a lot of trolley bags or other bags. I travel light. Which takes me to my next word, and which is pretty interesting, serendipity. It means find something good when you're not searching for it, or something good happens when you're not searching for it. An example, meeting you is indeed a wonderful serendipity. Serendipity is a situation when you are living your life in a normal way and something good happens which you're not expecting right at that moment, but you want it to happen somewhere, and hence you met your serendipity in this moment, or that instance is a serendipity. Next word is traverse or traverse, which means to pass through a place. It is difficult to traverse the borders. So you can traverse through a city, one place to another, but you cannot traverse the borders. This is India, this is Pakistan or China or something. It's very tough to just cross the border like that. And when you pass through something, you're actually traversing. So you can right away say, I traverse through Bangalore. That means you cross from one place to another through the city. Next is drift, which means carried away aimlessly. You didn't want to go to this place, but your friend asked you, and hence you were just drifted. I went for a drift with my friends. So it was aimless journey which was not friends, which was not planned and which was not supposed to be very productive, but you went for a drift. Next comes vagabond. So every travel journey is not always exciting. There are people who wanders from one place to another without a home. Those people are called vagabond. As a vagabond, he doesn't own a house. That is sad. Sometimes these people might do it for a choice, but most of the time it's kind of reality that they become a vagabond. And this takes us to our next word, that is wayfarer. It sounds pretty exciting by looking at this picture, and yes, it is. These people choose to travel on foot. Me and my partner are wayfarer, and hence we choose to travel on foot and it excites us. We are wayfarer. Next is voyage, which means a long journey that involves sea or land. So we all want to go on that voyage where we want to travel different cities, countries on ship or through water. Vasco da Gama made a voyage to India. So that means he travels through sea and land at the same time, and hence he made his journey. So journey is not always said as journey, but instead if it's using water as a medium, you can always say it was a voyage. Which takes me to my next word, that is wander. And it means walk aimlessly or for pleasure. So drift has a major difference between, it is quite different from wander, because wander you walk aimlessly and sometimes it's for pleasure, but drift is aimless in a way when you don't know what you're doing but you are doing it. So wander could be a walk with your dog, walk with your partner and moving from places to places. I can say I saw a man wandering across the streets. So again, this person is aimless, or maybe he's just walking for fun. And next is Wanderlust. Look at this tiny guy over here. He's making this journey across the globe because he has a love for traveling. He loves it more than anything else. My Wanderlust has taken me to unbelievable places. That means I love traveling. I can do anything it takes me to travel. And next is expedition. You may drift, you may wander, you may go for a voyage, but when you do something for a research purpose, or you want to find a journey which has a purpose of finding something, it's an expedition. Example, Stephen Hawking has sent his team for an expedition in North Pole. So it's not a fun activity that Steve Hawkins thought of doing, but he want to find something. He has a purpose behind the journey, and hence it was an expedition. Which takes me to my next word, that is commute. And a very regular word to be used in a day-to-day life, which means regular travel from one place to another. So from your office to your work, from your home to your office, you choose a medium to travel, and that travel is called as commute. I commute by bus every day to my office. So that's my medium of traveling, or you can say that's my journey, but it's a regular process and hence it's a commute. Next comes jaunt, which means short journey for pleasure. Quite similar like wander, quite similar like drift, but a different word and more happening word, that is jaunt. They love jaunting or small places. So it's a very small travel that you do, maybe for a few hours altogether, and hence you are jaunting. Next, Next is navigate, finding out way. Very similar, very simple, I would say. We use Google Maps to navigate through places. So navigate simply means to find out a way. So remember, the words that we're discussing are the words you can use when you travel, or when you want to write about traveling, when you want to talk about traveling. So instead of saying I travel through this country, you can say I traverse through this country. And instead of saying a poor beggar on the road, you can say there was this tramp, or there was this vagabond on the road, and there were these people who were just wandering around. They don't seem to have a wanderlust for traveling, but I'm sure they must be commuting through the city. Which takes me to my next impressive word, that is gallavant, which means going from place to place for pleasure. I have gallivanting. I have been gallivanting all across this place. So that means I have been traveling for pleasure. And next is perambulate, which means traveling around a place for pleasure. So if you see here, there is this temple sort of thing, and this person is backpack. He must be traveling around this place, and hence he's perambulating. Every evening, my grandparents perambulate across the park. So they are traveling for fun. They are moving around the place for fun. Please remember, ambulate simply means travel, and when you say perambulate, you means across the place or around the place. Which takes me to my next word, outrun, which means to travel fast. So when you are in a race, you can say I outrun that person in the race. I outrun the person in the race. It means I exceeded my speed beyond him. Next is cosmopolitan. A person who travels a lot and is aware of all cultures and places, he's called as a cosmopolitan. My uncle is a cosmopolitan and has covered half of the world. So that's for sure. This person has a lot of traveling experience. He has experienced different cultures and places, and hence he's a cosmopolitan. Next is errand, which means a small travel in order to collect and deliver something. So here's my house and here's my father's office. He wants me to pick his bag from the place and deliver him to the office, and hence I will be on an errand. My boss always sends me on an errand for his package. So he kinds of like this for me to deliver his bag from his home to his place, and hence he is on errand. Next is excursion, means a small trip for fun. We are going to Goa for an excursion. So instead of saying travel, I can say excursion. Instead of saying faster, I can say outrun. Instead of just saying love for traveling, wanderlust. In place of saying I don't want to carry a lot of luggage, I want to travel light. Which takes me to a next word, that is roam, a simpler word like drift, wander, and hence to move aimlessly. Why are you roaming around? Why are you moving without purpose? Next is peregrination, which means a long journey. You meet new people during peregrination. So it's a very simple word, and I won't say a simple word, but a very good word to say for a long journey. Barnstorm, making a rapid tour through an area. So this person started from here, his location is here, and he's just simply barnstorming through the city. I will barnstorm or through the city. So what am I doing? I am simply making a rapid through an area. I'm barnstorming. Next is out of season, and you know this word, a time of year when many people travel. So you can say traveling is cheaper during out of season. So you don't find many people traveling, it's less riskier, it's less expensive during out of season. Which takes me to my third last word of the series, and that is seafaring, which means traveling by sea. It's not similar to voyage because in that you have land involved, but in seafaring you have sea. I have never went for seafaring. Next is a rove. That means act of wandering, so it's a different word for wander. I would love to rove through the village. So that means I would just want to wander around the village. I want to wander through the village. I want to know people there. And I can have a gig there, which means a performance. It was the last gig by the travelers. So it was a performance I gave as a traveler, and hence I gave a gig. So guys, that's all for your session 3. All the words related to travel were discussed throughout, and I'm sure you can pick your lucky 7 or 10 words and remember them, keep practicing them. And please don't forget to create a story. Feel free to share your stories with me where you have used all the words of travel or all the words of other themes that we have discussed so far. So a short story for you right away comes like this. I saw this tramp on the road. I think he was navigating and he was kind of in a wander, or you can say he was just drifted away. I'm sure he was not traveling light, and he's definitely not sure of his destination. He's roaming around, and that's all I could feel that he was doing. So I cannot see this person was definitely traveling in the season, or he was peregrination. He can be a cosmopolitan because he has been a nomadic all his life. So that's how you create a story where you try to fit in the words that you feel comfortable with and keep using them. See you in the next session. Till then, bye-bye.